today's podcast, Parenting Online, What's the Real Deal? So we are talking about modern parenting in digital world and how do we manage our kids' screen time, stay sane on social media, teach values and also keep our children safe online. So I have got three amazing speakers, Kila, Awi and Hisham. So each of them will bring in a unique perspective to help us to navigate in the online age. Okay, first up we have Sister Kila from the Department of Communications. Okay, let me give you a brief statement. So screen time is a big challenge for parents. So Sister Kila, how can parents set healthy screen boundaries? Please.
Okay, thank you to the moderator, Brother Haikal, for the question. I think nowadays I could say that kids spend hours and hours on screen, and whether it's watching cartoon, playing games, or scrolling through TikToks, screen time has become a big part of their everyday life, not only for the child but also the parents. So, as someone who has looked into this topic, I think it's important we recognize the risk, and research by teamers have shown that too much screen time, especially when there's no proper limit, can affect the child's sleep, attention span, and even their ability to socialize in real life. So kids who are glued to the screen too much often may also become easily frustrated or emotionally detached from the people around them. So how can parents help? So I might have suggestion a few which to create clear routines around screen use. For example, firstly, parents can set their times for watching TV or using devices. Secondly, make meal times and bedtime screen-free zones. And thirdly is to encourage the child to more offline activities like reading, outdoor play, or helping around the house. So I believe that these all suggestions can make screen time more meaningful and less passive. So another key point I want to talk is about by how children learn by watching the adults, especially their parents and older siblings. So when children, if I would say that if parents or older siblings are always on their phones, it can affect their children because children are easily getting imitated for their actions, and they would likely to copy what their parents or older siblings do. So if we as a parents and older siblings or families can try to suggest that the families try to take free bonding time, even if it's just 30 minutes or 15 minutes a day, like playing board games, storytelling, or simply talking about each other's habits or each other's progress. So it can be more meaningful to them. So the point here isn't to completely ban the screen time, but we want to have a goal to manage it wisely and with love and consistency. So I believe that with the right approach, technology can be a tool, not just a problem. So to the all parents out there, I would say that we as a parents need to understand how busy we can be busy, and it can be challenging to manage our child's screen time. But by setting simple rules and also being involved with them, we can help children grow up with a healthy relationship to screens, and more importantly, we can create a stronger connection to the people around them. So I think that's all from me.
Oh, that's a lot, and thank you so much for that. So next we're moving on to Sister Auni from the Department of
Business Administration.
Oh, very good point. And I think this one is really suitable for you. Social media. So social media can be helpful, obviously, as a business student, right? So, but it also would be a pressure for parents to be perfect. So, Auni, how does social media affect how parents view themselves? Please.
Okay, thank you, Brother Haika, for the question. First thing that comes to mind is basically as a parent is the pressure to present a perfect family image online. So if we can think about it, social media becomes a highlight. We often share about the happy vacation, the birthday celebration, all the happy moments, or maybe the achievement of our children, or maybe the parents. So while there is nothing wrong with that, we also can create an unspoken expectations where the feeling that as a parent we only have to show the good side of the family, or maybe the happy moments only. So this perfection that we portray online can also become maybe other families can take it negatively, because they can feel like why is my family is not happy like that, like because they tend to think that only they have the struggles, only their family has the messiness, the struggles every day. Maybe some child doesn't want to wear their shoes, and maybe like the little struggles that is not shown online. This highlight can cause anxiety, self-doubt, and the constant of how we can attain the standard in the social media. So we might even become reluctant to share the real and messy parts of our life, because ironically we can feel like isolated, because like we are the only ones struggling. However, the cumulative effect of these selective portrayals can be very powerful and damaging. It can foster a culture of comparison between parents, and measuring their child with other parents' children. It can often become unrealistic. So the pressure to present a perfect family online can create a distorted mirror reflecting of an unattainable reality. It can silence the honest conversation about struggles of parenting, foster feelings of honesty, and maybe it can recognize the pressure. If we can recognize the pressure, it is the first step towards pushing back against it and foster a more authentic and supporting online environment for others. But I want to add on the how as parents we can monitor our children in social media use, because teenagers nowadays they have their own phones, right? So to think about social media, the concerns in social media nowadays is cyberbullying, exposure to inappropriate content, and the threat of online predators, and even the negative impact of excessive screen time, like Sister Kila said. This will affect their development and well-being. So we cannot always while we cannot always control what our children see, we can expect or teach them how they have to behave online and how to think chronically about what they see. So it is a responsibility of a parent to keep up with the digital trend, and we can also understand like the nowadays we have internet slang, the acronyms. We have to keep up with the trends, so our children are not afraid to tell us about anything, so they don't have secret with us. And I feel like it is also a very good communication between children and the parents, where if they can share what they see online. So that is also a way of how the parents can control the children. Maybe we cannot be a perfect family, but we can have a good family. So that's all.
So that's how we avoid the comparison trap. Thank you so much, Ms. Downey. But I think currently we are facing a lot of trouble, so the inculcation of values is important. So let's bring someone who can say about Islamic value, teaching about Islamic value. So let's bring Bro Hisham from the Department of
Chemical Engineering.
Chemical Engineering, specifically Chemical Engineering. So in today's world, how do we teach Islamic values? And are there practical ways to guide kids spiritually and even when they are going to school? Please.
So thank you for our moderator, Brother Haikal. So when we talk about Islamic values teachings, I want to highlight 2 points, which is number one is the parents need to ground them to the core of Islamic principles. So what is Islamic principles? So for example, Tawhid, ilmu Tawhid. So we all know that every Islam in this world need to recite Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah, which is no God beside Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So and the parents also need to teach their children how to perform salah, and because salah is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, and also parents also need to teach their children a good manner, even whether the manner in offline or face-to-face interactions or online interactions with other people. And also parents need to teach their children how to recite the Quran. And nowadays there's a lot of youngsters that don't know how to recite the Quran, but I think it can be improved more, and based on the teaching from the parents. So I want to relate this point with the dalil from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala in Surah At-Tahrim verse 6, which is A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Ya ayyuhalladzina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. O you who have believed, protect yourself and your family from a fire. So this verse remind parents of their important duty to protect, to safeguard their family spiritually by teaching them the basics of Islam, for example, Salah, and encourage connections to the Quran. So I will go to the next point, which is open communications between the parents and also the children. So the parents need to be more approachable to their children, and also we know that children always do mistakes. So as a parents, we need to don't act so rush, which is don't punish them immediately if they make a mistake, and don't hit them. So maybe we can approach the more affectionate way, like through hug, something like that. So and then we can let them talk about what is their experience. Either they are facing a cyberbullying. So by become more approachable to their children, the children can express their feelings to their parents, and become more like a bonding between the parents and also the children. So the parents also need to have a weekly check-in about their screen times and emotions. And I want to relate the communications point with the dalil from Allah in Surah Al-Imran, verse 159. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Wasyawirhum fil amr fa idza 'azamta fatawakkal 'ala Allah. And consult with them in facts, and then what you have taken the decisions, put your trust in Allah. So as we know that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam approached the people in Mecca and Medina with a soft approach and consultations. So maybe parents can use these prophetic methods in parenting, which is listen, guide, and involve their children in conversations about how to have a good behavior, whether in online or offline interactions. So I think that is all the points that I want to give. So thank you.
Okay, that's wonderful tips and very insightful tips from all the speakers. And just to recap, from Sister Kila, it's about structuring screen time and stay consistent with it. And from Sister Awni, it's about not letting social media define your parenting style. And last one from Rohisha, it's about not neglect the human touch to ensure some values can be implemented in using technologies. So thank you to all speakers and thank you for listening. And remember, parenting online is not about being perfect. It is about being present, proactive, and patient. Till next time. Bye.
Bye.